Yes guys, good morning, how we all doing? It's Kenny Finds and Flips here again today. I hope you're all keeping well. Got another what's sold on eBay video, so I'm going to run through the sales for over the last couple of weeks from the 22nd of April through to the 5th of May. And yeah, there's a couple bangers in here, a couple bolos, so make sure to watch the whole video, comment down below your thoughts, and yeah, I'll see you in a second. Jumping straight into it, we've got this Relco shirt. I've never heard of this brand before, however, when I looked it up, when I came across it, it does have a very good sell-through rate. If you can get some of the funkier patterns, this is just sort of a basic square pattern, but if you can get some of the funkier patterns, they do a little better. So this was bought on the 30th of March. It was bought for £5, and it sold for £17.99, giving a profit after fees and delivery of £7.05. Next up, we've got this Dew Point sort of chore workwear shirt. It's got the Nomex fabric, and I think it's fire resistant as well. It was bought, this was a bit of a fail to be fair. I thought it would maybe do a little bit better. Didn't have any material tags and stuff when I took it back. I didn't realise that when I picked it up, so I wasn't really too sure. If I knew all the variations, it would have probably been able to fetch a couple more pounds. But this was bought for £4 on the 30th of March as well, actually, and it was sold for £11.09, giving a profit of £4.15 after fees. So yeah, not the best one there. Diesel corduroy jacket. This was bought for £5.82 off Vinted on the 25th of September, so it did hang about for a little while. However, it did sell for £35.99, giving a profit of £21.12. Again, I mentioned it on the last video as well. I'm struggling for lighting in my photos. I need to get a ring light or something like that, because the darker photos don't do too well. But yeah, it sells. Doesn't matter. Lee jeans, Lee women's jeans. These were bought for £1.99 in February. They sold for £13, giving £5.01 profit after fees. Levi's 504s. Now, I've been noticing Levi's aren't doing as well as they used to. I don't know if anyone else is noticing this. I used to be able to get £25-ish for a pair of Levi's. They're not. I don't. Maybe surely they're not going out of fashion. They're timeless, the Levi's. But yeah. Anyway, these came out of a Boom wholesale order that I got in March. They sold for £16.19, so that's £13.25 in my pocket after delivery. However, you need to take off the cost of goods from the Boom wholesale sack, so £5-6 ish. Levi's 501s again, Boom wholesale again, in March, £19 these ones sold for, so that's £12.23 after fees and delivery. Peter Christian jacket. If you watched the last video, I sold this exact jacket in navy, so this was bought at the exact same time as well for £5.99. So pretty much the exact same price, £24.99, so that's £12.03 after fees and delivery. Peter Christian's a good brand to be looking out for. It does sell quite quickly, does sell quite strong. This was a 4XL as well, so that's obviously quite desirable as well. Rohan bags. Now, I know you've been seeing me selling a lot of Rohan. I keep saying it is the season for it. These ones weren't ideal because they were very, very sun bleached, so they didn't sell for as much money as some of the other pairs. You can usually get about £25-30 for some of them, but yeah, I just wanted these gone quite cheaply, so I bought these for out of a Vinted bundle, so the average cost of goods was £4.71. These sold for £17, giving £7.67 profit after fees and delivery. So not amazing. I did see this on the listing when I bought it on Vinted. It didn't look as bad as what it was when it arrived, but it is what it is. Levi's 712 black jeans. These were bought for £3.49. They sold for £22.49, giving a profit of £11.58. Rohan bags. These are the women's pair. So these were bought for £5.12. They sold for £20, giving £8.64 profit. Rohan walking trousers. I say it every video. Now's the time. If you've got them, get them sold. They will sell. Ralph Lauren. I've had these for absolutely ages, to be fair. Kids jeans. The person I bought these on Vinted back in January, so it was £6.85 roughly. I bought them for. It was in a bundle again. They described them as men's, but when I actually got them, they were actually kids, so not ideal. They sold for £15, so I made £2.65 profit. Not ideal at all. But yeah, kind of missold them to be fair. Earned jeans. These were bought for £9.99 on the 28th of March. Now these are brand new with tags. They sold for £25, giving £8 2 pence profit. Did think they were going to do a little bit better than they did, to be fair. Rohan Grand Tour, just a video filled with Rohan. That's all it is. Rohan. Rohan Grand Tour. These were bought for a fiver. They sold. These were bought for a fiver on the 20th of April. They sold for £25, giving £13 1 pence profit. So decent enough. Rohan selling, like all it is. Rohan. This Reef shirt. Now this was a good one because this sold within a couple of days. It was bought for £10.50. It sold for £33, giving a profit of £13.33. Now, not all Reese sells for this value. This was a sort of summery Cuban shirt. It does say the model name there on a tag for Reese if you're not aware. If you look this model number up when you're researching the products, you're able to see the sort of, obviously the sell through and stuff like that. So I noticed that these had quite high value sell points. So yeah, picked this one up. I wouldn't normally pay £10.50 for a Reese shirt, but aye, if it sells the next day and you're making £13 profit, you might as well. This vintage t-shirt, now this was an absolute banger. I bought this for 99p on the 27th of April. The only reason that I picked this up was because it was single stitched. So I was thinking maybe £20-25, which would have been a good return from 99p. However, once I got home and I researched a little bit further into this, it turned out to be very sought after. Now this astronomical chart, this t-shirt, not this exact one, but the same sort of copyright and the same sort of similar was actually, I'll put it here so you can see it. It was worn by Kurt Cobain, and these t-shirts fetch crazy money. If you can get the actual style that he wore, that's even more money. However, this sold the day after I listed it for £50.82, giving a profit of £46.89. So 50 extra money. I couldn't believe it. It's just a t-shirt with a human body on it. So I was absolutely buzzing about that. So 99p into £50, giving a profit of £46. You're never going to turn that up. That's probably the highest return on investment I've had on an item. Obviously, I've had higher sales and I've had sales that have given higher profits. But in terms of 99p into 46 times, yeah, you don't come across that sort of thing often. So I was absolutely buzzing with that. Cookbook, Overcoming Multiple Sclerosis. Simple enough, this was bought for £1, it sold for £5.37. It only gave £1.67 profit, but I've said it before with books. Yeah, you just scan. When you're listening to it, you just scan this ISBN. Everything's pre-populated essentially. You just take a few photos, and then when it comes to listening to it, you just stick it in a cardboard mailer and send it off. So it's easy enough. It's Tim Hortons mug. This was bought for 50p. It sold for £11.69, giving £6.32 profit. Stuff like this, there's collectors out there that sort of, they'll want a mug from every Tim Hortons store or something like that. This actually went to a woman who broke her last one, and she left a review. It doesn't often happen, but you can leave a review with photographs, and she took a photo of this mug next to her desk, and she's like, I'm absolutely buzzing to have this mug. So there's little things like this that, that makes me happy, that I can help. A, I can make money, because that's what it's all about, but B, you can really make someone's day. So yeah, really good. Wrangler jeans, these were bought for £8, they sold for £29.25, giving a profit of £13.20. Brand new with tags, Wranglers. They didn't sit about either, they were bought on the 28th of March. Nike Stefan Janoskis, these were bought for £3.99 on the 27th of April, and then they sold pretty much within 2 days for £25.19, giving £14.19 profit. Could have probably held out for a little bit more on these ones, however, quick returns, quick profit. Yeah, that's ideal. These Replay 901 jeans, these were bought on the 30th of April for £4, and they sold for £22, giving £15.06 profit. Now these are a bit strange because this top button is meant to be like that, but it's almost like the top two buttons are on show. I don't know why you'd want that, but that's the style, and they sold, so happy days. This Haynes BMW book, some of these Haynes manuals go for a lot of money, this one not too much. This was bought in a vintage bundle, £2.37 profit. I don't think this one was £2.37, but that's just the average it came out at. Anyway, it's £9, giving a profit of £2. So absolutely raking in the cash with that one. That was bought on the 30th of April as well, so didn't hang about long at all. This Camo Active shirt, it was bought in March for £4. It sold for £15, giving £5.49 profit. Not the best one, that one, but is what it is. Saints Row game. This was bought, I've had this for absolutely ages, it wasn't worth my time at all. The 29th of July 2023, I bought this one for 50p and it sold for £3.80, so I made 34 pence on that. Absolutely terrible. Sometimes you do need stuff like this just to keep the listings going and keep the algorithm ticking away, but it's not time at all. I mean, if he wanted to return that for whatever reason, then you're pretty much losing money on that. Peter Christian linen shirt, this was bought for £3.49. On the 6th of April, it sold for £11.89, giving £5.46 profit. This Ralph Marlin guitar tie, I've had this for a while as well. However, I decided to delist and relist a lot of my items recently. So I delisted this one, sold similar, and it sold pretty much straight away. So it was actually bought in February for 50p and it sold for £8.99, giving a profit of £5.26. This Pretty Green shirt, again, this is another one that's kicked about for absolutely ages. I've not written it on my list for some reason. Anyway, this sold for about £9, and I think I would have bought it for £3-4, so that's not ideal at all. These Adidas joggers, they came out of a bundle from another reseller, so they were selling, I think it was 10 pairs of Adidas joggers for £25. I thought that was quite a good deal, so I bought that. It was kind of a blind buy, so I didn't even know what sort of joggers were going to come. They were all in good condition, but they weren't the most desirable ones. Anyway, so this was £2.50 cost price. They sold for £12.99, so £5.27 profit after fees and delivery. These Converse, they were bought for £4.53 out of a vintage bundle on the 15th of January. They sold for £15 to give £4.05 profit. Again, I thought these were maybe going to do a little bit better than they did, but they didn't. So it seems to be a recurring theme at the moment. Things are not selling for as much, but you know what? If you make a bad buy and you can still make profit on it, that's fine. It's not ideal. You're wasting your time. You know, you're wasting your effort. You could be out there getting higher items, getting more money for your time. However, if you can still make a profit and get the stock out there and get your money back, do it, as long as you're not making a loss. Iron Maiden t-shirt, this was bought in a Whatnot bundle on the 23rd of April, so didn't hang about long at all. So again, average cost of goods £4.54, sold for £16.20, giving £5.91 profit. North Face Polar Tech fleece zip up, this was bought, again I think this was a Whatnot order as well, it was bought on the 20th of April for £5.14, sold for £19.99, giving £7.77 profit after fees and delivery. Coming out of the season for fleeces, etc., but as I said before, I don't really, unless I've got a pile of shorts or something, you can prioritise that. If I've got stock, it gets listed all season, all year round, because you never know, you might sell it. This Nike double swoosh jumper, quite a nice one to be fair. This was bought, I think it must have been out of the same bundle, because this was £5.14, bought on the 20th of April as well. It sold for £22.31, giving £8.98 profit. This was sold GSP, I'm pretty sure, so it went somewhere in the world, which is quite good. This Jim Thompson elephant tie is quite a nice one. It was brand new with tags. This hung about for a wee while as well, over a year. However, as I said, I delisted and sold similar a lot of items, and then I sold along with it. So this was bought on the 5th of November 2022. So almost a year and a half this took to sell. And it was bought for £2, sold for £15, given a profit of £6.83. I think when I initially had it, it was like, I initially listed it about £10 more expensive than what it sold for. However, I'm just glad it's sold and now it's gone. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, £2 this was bought for on the 27th of April. Didn't hang about long at all. £15 4p sold for, and it gave me £5.99 profit after fees and delivery. This Ralph Lauren tie, this didn't hang about too long at all, to be fair. This came out of, well, it did, but it only hung about because I didn't get around to listing it. But when I listed it, it sold within a few days. This was a bit damaged. This came out of one of the Boom wholesale sacks, the accessories order, that was an absolute fail. I also just realised that I told an absolute lie in the listing. This says made in the US and I've said made in Italy, which is annoying. Luckily, it didn't get returned, because that could have been an item that was described. So that was a mistake by me. Anyway, this came out of the Boom wholesale box, as I say. It sold for £17.99. So £2.70 delivery, £11.64 after fees delivery. So yeah, like a fiver profit after cost of goods, because that Boom wholesale accessories box was not good at all, which was a shame. You can't watch that, it's on my channel. It was just utter, it was all, yeah, no, that's a rant for another day. But yeah, sold quite quickly, glad it's gone. Quite a nice one, to be fair. This chef book, this sold for quite a lot of money, which I was quite surprised at. I bought this for £1 on the 27th of April, so again, didn't hang about long at all. Limited edition chef's book, doesn't, you know, it's got all the British chefs and stuff like this in it. It sold for £34.99, so full asking price, so £24.69 delivery off of a £24.69 profit after fees and delivery off a book. That's very good. That's the sort of margins that you're looking to get off of books, and it doesn't happen all the time. However, that's very, very good. Another pair of these Adidas joggers, £2.50 cost price. This one sold for £9. This one, so £1.88 profit. Yeah, they weren't great. Bit disappointed by it, to be fair, but you know, it is what it is. And another pair of Adidas joggers, again, £2.50 cost price. This one sold for £10. £2.36 profit after fees and delivery. This Polo Ralph Lauren rugby shirt. Now, the thing with Polo Ralph Lauren, some of the stuff sells quite well, some of the stuff doesn't. So it's all about just knowing. I was having this conversation with another reseller. I'm in a group now, and we were just discussing, obviously, Ralph Lauren. Some of it's very sought after, some of it isn't. You know, the bigger ponies, that sort of thing. I think I mentioned it in a previous video as well. But this sort of stuff, a bit unique. Rugby shirt, got a cool little logo. It's not a pony. This is the sort of stuff that you're looking for with Ralph Lauren. It's got a nice 16 hit on the back. I thought this was dirty, it was damaged, but then I saw other ones that have sold and it's got this marking here as well, so it must be part of the design. Anyway, £4.54 it was bought for on the 23rd of April out of a whatnot order, I believe. It sold for £25.50, giving £12.99 profit after fees and delivery. These foul ravens, I think is how you say it. I used to say Fajal Raven, but I've heard people say foul raven, and that would make so much more sense. These came out of a whatnot order. I unboxed them in a previous video. You can go onto my channel and have a look if you want to see. Anyway, these were bought, average cost price again, £15.76. They sold for £45, giving £18.24 profit after fees and delivery. They didn't hang about long at all. So that's what I'm saying, walking trousers, outdoor trousers, this is the time. Keep saying it, I'm going to drill it into you guys, Do it. This Adidas Chelsea top, I remember buying this. This was off of Vinted. It came, they described this. This is all faded and a bit marked and stuff. They did describe this, but again, it didn't describe just how bad it was. So £7.29 this was bought for on the 22nd of March. It sold for £20, giving £5.99 profit. More Adidas joggers, £2.50 cross price, £10 sold, £2.72 profit. Yeah. And last but not least, these pair of Nike joggers, they were bought on the 27th of April, so again, didn't hang about. They were bought for £3.99 and they sold for £18, giving £7.42 profit. So, last couple of weeks, decent, not amazing. I'm saying it, I'm trying to increase my average cost price at the moment, my average profit, and just give myself less work. It's easier said than done sometimes, especially when you're doing it part-time. You don't have time to get out there and source and do whatever. So, over the last 2 weeks on eBay, £391 profit. Some of that will get reinvested, obviously. I think there was 42 items sold, giving an average profit of £9.51, which isn't ideal, especially when I'm trying to minimum hit that £10 mark. But obviously those Adidas joggers have taken them down. A couple of books with only a couple pence profit, and then that Saints Row thing was like 20 pence profit. So that's taken it down, obviously. But I'm just glad that some of that stuff's moving. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this 2 weeks. I'm not sure what you guys think of these videos. If you have watched this far, please leave a comment down below and let me know that you've watched this far. If you enjoy these sort of videos, please let me know. I know most people do prefer out in the charity shops and seeing what I've got and stuff like this. I think it's also important to be realistic and let you guys know what has actually sold and what kind of profit that you're making. It's all well and good going to charity shops being like, oh, I picked this up for 50p and it's going to sell for £700. Let's be honest, maybe this is a bit more helpful and a little bit more informative, and then you can get an idea of what things actually sell for. If you don't enjoy it, yeah, don't let me know that. Just leave a thumbs up anyway if that's alright. But yeah, if you have made it this far, leave a comment down below. Please consider subscribing, hit that thumbs up, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks guys, bye bye.